Hi everybody, it's Kendall. You can find me at Kendall Nuts on Facebook, and that's it right now. I'm going to quickly go over my history with folliculitis, which is a scalp infection. I'm going to go over what it is, how I treated it, and how I continue to treat it, and then I might be able to go over my history with it, like the details of how I found out I had it and what happened, my story, if there's time. So I'm going to read on the computer real quick. Folliculitis is an infection of hair follicles on the body, usually caused by bacteria. It can be found anywhere where there's a hair follicle. Anywhere in your body you can get this stuff. The hair follicles that causes folliculitis are damaged by intense rubbing or contact with clothing, like if you wear a tight hat and stuff like that. Severe causes of folliculitis can cause scarring in the form of rough, raised blemishes or dark patches of skin, or even permanent hair loss. There is usually a tiny blister filled with pus on top of a red raised bump. To avoid spreading it, you should wash your hands frequently. Treatment and preventions. Avoid sleeping with hair while wet. I say that because it's bacteria, and bacteria grows in moisture. So if your hair, this is mine, that one is mine. I didn't find that. I found that from my own experience, that if your hair is wet, the bacteria will spread. Another one is avoid covering your head with tight caps. Avoid using wigs. Prevent using styling products and lotions or oily conditioners. That's just, even if you love styling your hair, if you have to do it until this stuff is gone, you have to stop, or it's just going to spread and you won't have any hair to style if you continue. Alright, so things that I've tried. I've tried herbal shampoos, which is like tea gel. I've tried Dial antibacterial soap. This is antiperspirant. It's a bar of soap, and I would just take the bar and lather it and wash. Once it was reduced, I started using salicylic acid on the pimples. Once the red bump is gone with the one that has the infection, I would use the salicylic acid. And it will also help with the flaky skin. I had severe folliculitis, so I had an actual dry patch. I've tried tree oil, which is an antifungal, and sulfurate. I tried sulfurate. Okay, so that's the things that I've tried. What I do now is, now that it's gone, I just I use regular shampoo when I want. If right now I'm actually feeling a bump. It's not a pimple, like your pimple is like a little bump, you can pinch between your fingers, you can feel it. But what this is, it's like a raised amount of skin, so it's going like this, and you can feel the bump big, and you're like, oh no, what is that? When I start to feel that, I wash my hair with tea gel, and it will go away the next day. So that's my routine. As soon as I feel something, wash my hair. I let it dry completely. I don't put my hair in a ponytail while it's wet. I'll part it in the middle, and then I'll let it dry, or I'll part it in fours and let it dry. Okay, let's see. And then I moisturize with coconut oil. Not the oil, it has petroleum in it, so it's thick and it will stay. You have to keep your scalp moisturized. Okay, that's it. That went pretty fast. I'm going to leave some informative links below. And now I'm going to tell you really quickly about my story. What you just heard, that stuff before, it will be really helpful for you if you have folliculitis. It can be very painful, I know. Again, I had severe case. So the only thing I could suggest is sulfurate and tea gel. After you take the medicine that they give you, like, I guess it's like a steroid pill or something, I don't know. I would take that, and then use these things after the pills run out. Okay, so my story is, I had started to I have natural hair, so I was wearing my hair, I would wet my hair and I would put it in like a band, and it would sit like right here on my head. No, I would push it back to the middle of my head, so my hair would be wet, and then I have this wet cloth sitting on my scalp, and I would have an afro. And then over time I started to get like pimples, and then it would be just a bump, and it was another bump, and it was gradually being more and more bumps, and then it would start to get sore. So I'm like, okay, I have bumps, they're sore, whatever. As time went on, it just got worse and worse and worse, and it got to the point that I don't like doctors. I don't hate doctors. I don't like going to the doctors. And so I waited until literally I was like gonna cry. If anyone touched my hair, my head, it got to the point that only the top of my head would be infected, but my whole head was hurting. I waited and waited and waited until I had to go to the emergency room. She prescribed me this medicine, which is on the link, and she just told me to put this stuff on, but she didn't tell me like what was causing it. She just said, oh, you have folliculitis, it's a pimple, use this. I would use the stuff and continue to style my hair with while wet, run out the medicine. The medicine's like $50, by the way. And the trip to go see her was $50. It was like $100. Plus I had to get the medicine, the pills. So, like $150 for everything. Yeah, so the medicine kept running out. And then I did research on the medicine, and it was saying that if you use it too much, your skin can become used to it, and it won't work as much. So it's like, okay, I want to find something before that happens. And that's when I went in and found sulfurate. I read someone say they use the dial, so I tried those things. And they worked eventually. Like, I lost hair. In the middle of my scalp, I lost a lot of hair. And as it started to disappear, you could see the dry patches disappear. And with that, like layer by layer, it would chip away at the dead skin. And then the red patches would go away. And then eventually it all went away. So I would just say, don't go to sleep with your hair wet. Keep your scalp moisturized after you get rid of the bacteria. It's hard. Like, when you have the folliculitis, just keep your hair washed, keep your hands washed, don't spread it until it's gone. Once it's gone, use tea gel, and keep your scalp moisturized. And that's it. If you have any questions, ask them below. I don't want this to be too long. I mean, I don't have it anymore. It's been like 4 years, and I've been just using tea gel. Only when I feel it coming back, I'll use it. Again, you don't want to over-treat, and then your scalp gets used to it. So, hope this helps. I think this information will help people with dry skin, scalp acne, dandruff. The tea gel helps with dandruff. So, if you know anyone suffering, forward the video. Okay, bye. Have a good day.